Welcome to Coaching with Tally. We are in a series all about having healthy habits, and we are recapping that series for you today, going through the 7 habits of highly effective leaders. And yesterday we went through the first 3. Today we're hitting the second 4, So habit number 4, let's zip through this and just recap it for you. I like to recap series at the end when we're wrapping it up, because when you review, when you have the repetition, it actually locks it in much more powerfully for you. So habit number 4, these next 3 are actually relational ones. So the first 3 were all about you taking personal responsibility as a leader. These next 3 are all about relationships. So if you want to have really successful, fulfilling relationships, you're going to want to lean into these 3 things. One is having a win-win frame of mind. So where you are in a place that you believe there can be a solution that you win and the other person wins. And when you create this framework to live from, it's a very powerful place to live, and you just have much stronger relationships. So looking for the win-win. It's cooperative rather than competition. Number 5 is seeking first to understand rather than to be understood. So, and again, this is a practice. This is a frame of mind that you get into that develops stronger, more fulfilling relationships. So it's essential that you train yourself to really seek to understand the other person that you're sitting across from, rather than demanding that you be understood. So win-win, seek to understand rather than be understood. Number 6 is all about synergizing. And this is where you really learn to deeply value the differences in other people. So we all gravitate toward people who are like us, and we tend to really understand and agree with and connect to people who think like us, who understand, who have similar strengths. But when we can really see the strengths in the differences, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to live. And a lot of times when I see older couples who have just what looks to me like a really successful relationship, I'll just ask them, what have been the keys that you've learned over all these years that have created your relationship to be what it is? Because man, if somebody's got years invested, I want to get the wisdom from them. And so often that's the thing that I hear. You know, the biggest gift to us was learning to really value each other's differences and let those things draw us together. So I think that's beautiful. Synergize is the way that Stephen Covey puts it. Number 7, and our final habit that you want to develop if you want to be a successful leader. And Stephen Covey's book, by the way, is one of the best, most sold books in the last 30 years in personal development. So it's a good one. Number 7, ready? Drum roll. Sharpen the saw. So that is all about rest and refuel. That is pouring into yourself, really developing those rhythms in your life that fill you back up. Because if you just go, and you're depleting, you're not able to be good for you or for anybody else. And so taking the time and knowing the things that really do refresh you, that refuel you, that give energy to you, that put back into your system so that you can continue to give out. So essential. That is one of the biggest things that I find. It's in the top 3 biggest things that I find with my clients. And by the way, my name is Tally. I'm a life and personal development coach. I work with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact in the world, really that are centered in a place of joy. And one of the things that I see very, very often in working with these high achievers is that they drive hard, they go for it on things. I love all of that about working with high achievers. I love the way that they think, the risks that they take, the go-getter attitude. But one of the things that I'm regularly kind of bringing back around for them is this place of sharpening the saw, resting, refueling, filling back up, because you cannot run your car when it doesn't have gas in it. You have to find those ways of gassing yourself back up emotionally, physically, things that refresh and refuel you. So sharpen that saw is number 7. So just to recap, I'm going to go through all 7 of them real quick. The first one is being proactive, so really taking initiative and getting in action on things. The second one is beginning with the end in mind. So know where you're going, get clear vision, and then reverse engineer that to find your way to it. First things first is number 3, and then again from today is 4 is find the win-win. 5 is seek to understand rather than to be understood. 6 is synergize, loving those differences and seeing how they go together. And number 7, sharpen the saw. So there you go. That is your recap from 7 habits of highly effective people. And I will be recapping a little bit tomorrow some of the high points from this series for you before we step into a new series next week. So sending you lots of love, blessings today. I hope this is super supportive for you. Why don't you pick one of those 7 that you can do. Maybe it could be any of them, but heading into the weekend, sharpening the saw is a really good one. So pick one of those and maybe try implementing a new habit this weekend. Start it this weekend. Sending you guys lots of love, blessings to all of you. If you haven't heard it yet today, you're a gift and you are so loved.